There are many, many ways that we dissipate energy, we lose energy. When we think of body energy, we think of food, what I consume, and then there is energy. But friends, one of the biggest ways we lose energy, and the biggest ways we continue to create events to lose energy, is the way we speak. We lose energy every time we feel low. Our feelings are energy. We open our mouth and talk and complain and judge people. That means we are somewhere deep inside, we are feeling low. The emotion is low. That means we're losing all the energy right there. Complaining and judging are anti-spiritual practice. Or if we don't complain, don't judge, in the context of energy, we are plentifully receiving it. And complaining straight away makes us helpless, and then we are losing ton of energy in the process of feeling low. Every thought, every word is energy. Unscientific thinking, unwanted thinking is making us lose energy. Thankfully, this simple meditation is helping us to remove and eliminate all that unwanted thinking. And we can easily test this. Suppose we have breakfast and sit down, not do anything, just sit down at home. 20% of the body energy, just I'm talking about the energy to do, is utilized by the brain in this, all the idea, all the thoughts. The thoughts are the fundamentally dissipating a lot of energy. Must be much more. That's why we feel hungry very soon, even though we don't do anything. But now with meditation, we don't dissipate energy anymore. Instead, we move into higher emotional states, peaceful states. So we start gaining, we start aligning to this field to receive energy.
A happy morning, afternoon, and a wonderful evening, dear friends. My name is Vidya, and I'm very grateful to be your host for today's session. I My journey with meditation started 4 to 5 years ago. I was in a I was in, if I started meditation when I needed it the most, if I have to put it in simple words, and it has been a transformative journey since then. Um, I have seen so much changes in my day-to-day life. I have grown so much through service, through the practice of meditation, and through breath mindfulness meditation, spiritual science, engaging with spiritual science concepts. So, as mentioned in the video, uh, how important our energy is when we talk, when we do any activity in our day-to-day life. I think my biggest takeaway in the last 3 years would be that for us to do any task, energy is the first thing I look forward to or I align with right now. Instead of thinking of skill or anything, it's if you're doing anything, it's happening because of energy, because of the energy inside us. And the way we harness it in our life is through meditation. I think that's been my biggest takeaway. And it's been a joy every day since practicing and since taking up this concept seriously has been a joy. Um, and the way I work, the way I'm able to manage my time between different things, I've seen transformational change and relationships. Every health, every aspect of my life has improved by taking up this meditation, and it's been a gift I've given myself as here. So that is my journey, and over to Jayashree ma'am for today's topic. Welcome to day 26 of Quantum. Thank you.
Thank you, Vidya. Wonderful listening to this, Master. And happy morning and happy evening, friends and masters. A very warm welcome to each one of you here. So, yes, as Vidya mentioned in the video, an apt video for today's topic. So, thanks to our content team for providing that. So, for many of you, this might not be a new topic, and for some for whom this is a new topic, the first time you're going to hear this, the 4 agreements, right? It's a very, very practical approach to implement this knowledge in our day-to-day life. These 4 agreements are everything. You know, many times we think, okay, we know this, we have this knowledge, but how do I make it work? How do I implement this? Right? These 4 agreements are a great, great way. So whoever is here, I know Vidya, Sagar, Santosh sir, we all agree to this greatly because even when I'm sleeping, someone wakes me and asks, what are the 4 agreements? It's there. You know, I can say that immediately. So there is a way, I mean, to live free from this suffering. You know, as Gautama Buddha rightly said, suffering is due to ignorance, right? From this emotional Rama, because of the ignorance, we create this. And from the deep fear of not being enough also. So this ancient Toltec wisdom from this master, Don Miguel Ruiz, right? It has come, the 4 agreements, as a book also. So, and Toltec wisdom, and he's a shaman master too. So gives us this very, very powerful map. So, and of course, when it is implemented, when this knowledge is implemented, it's not just a philosophy, but a very, very daily practical guide to reprogram your subconscious, and you step into that true creative power itself. Yes? Is my voice clear to all?
Yes, Shashila.
Yes, thank you, Vidya. So let me start with a very short story. Okay. A young man, he walked through life carrying a very heavy, invisible backpack. Okay. What does that backpack contain? It contains stones. So one stone said, you're not good enough. Okay. The other one said, okay, people will leave you. And the other one started saying, you must prove yourself. Okay. So now every word or everything what they said, it can be what according to his perception. If he's taking that as an insult. So every insult added a stone. What are these stones? All these. So every failure added a stone. Every comparison added a stone. So soon, so he was carrying this. It was invisible, but it was a backpack filled with stones. So what happened at the end? So soon he becomes exhausted, right? He just wants to throw away those stones. So one day he met a master. The master asked, why are you carrying this? So this young man, he said, this is who I am. So the master, he smiled and said, no, right? These are only the agreements you made with pain because of the suffering, which is because of due to the ignorance, and because of which you got this pain, and you have made all these agreements because of the pain. You're not carrying the reality. You're carrying conditioning. And then the master presented him this 4 agreements book. Okay, what we are going to go through today. So, friends, most people are not living life. They are living the unconscious programming. what has happened. So the author, the Ruse, he says, human, we domesticate each other. Like for children, it is when they observe the parents, the society, the school, the friends, and what they have been taught, right? How, who to be, what is acceptable, what is, and slowly, we create the book of law, I would say, right? So our internal, slowly our system, it keeps saying, okay, I must succeed, I must not fail, I must please people, the fawn response. Apart from the fight and flight response, we have something called fawn response, which is what every time, because of in your response to please people. That's what the studies say, right? So I am not enough. So I'm just reading this Michael Singer book. This master clearly says, there is a voice inside your head constantly talking. Okay? We think that voice is us, which is not. Have you observed that voice? Be an observer and observe that voice itself, what it is trying to say. Right? So even when nobody is talking, something is talking inside, going on like a tape recorder. It's going on, right? This voice, what and all it does? It judges, it fears, compares, it predicts, it complains, right? So this master, he clearly says, you are not the voice. And of course, in this scientifically in spirituality, it says, you're not the voice, you are the awareness hearing the voice. Right? So the subconscious mind, what happens? It stores repeated emotional experiences and beliefs. So that beliefs, it can be that emotions through experience, the emotions what we are feeling, it can be a high vibration emotion or a low vibration emotion. And the beliefs, what we form because of that, the thoughts and the feelings, the emotions associated with it, can be an empowering beliefs or a limiting belief, right? We unconsciously or not in the conscious sense, we take in, right? So this repeated, the thoughts, feelings, that loop, it becomes our identity, our personality, right? So the neuroscience, that's what they say, neuroplasticity, repeated thinking strengthens the neural pathways. But what pathways you want to strengthen, that is up to us, right? So repeated fear will wires anxiety. But repeated gratitude wires peace. Repeated self-criticism wires low self-worth. But repeated lots of self-respect, self-love within ourselves, it wires high regards to ourselves, which we start then attracting only those kind of experiences in our life. Okay. So with that, we'll go into our 4 agreements. Okay. I know many of you know what are the agreements. So what is the first agreements? Can anyone type in chat? Let's open the chat for everyone. Yes, it is open. So friends, what is the first agreement? One of my favorite topic, right? And it's very easy to implement. Only when you implement the knowledge what you have, it becomes the wisdom. So awesome. Thank you, Renuka. So be impeccable with your word. So words are vibrations. I think Chandra sir many times has mentioned this in the session also. So when you speak with awareness, right, your vibrations are very clean, clear, and that creativity is there. So every word you say is like a command to the subconscious for yourself and for the others also. It's a command to the subconscious directly. So a master says that use your word like a master sculptor shaping your life. Okay, so words are not just sounds, friends. Words are programming, right? The master said, what goes inside your mouth is not so important. What comes out of your mouth is more important, right? Words are programming. Ruse, he says that the word is the most powerful tool humans possess. So, in this book also, and there is a story, a real incident, what happened. A mother, after a long day's work, right? And it was a very tiring day for her. That is also a perception. Very tiring, very energetic. Everything is a perception, right? And that goes to every cell in our body, and the body also responds to that thought, that frequency. So then she comes home and she sees the 6-year-old, maybe a 6-year-old daughter. She's jumping here and there, and singing with her heart open. She's singing, and she loves to sing. She's singing and going around. The mother, after this, all that, which she perceives as a very tiring, yes, of course, maybe a little low in energy, but she just says to her daughter, okay, stop that. You sing like a donkey, she says that. This little girl, okay, she said it once, the words came out once, but the words started repeating in this little girl's mind again and again. Okay, as if you do this, right, in YouTube. You keep repeating some music or song. So it was repeating. She stopped singing for many years of her life later. Law of repetition. It can be taken, the law of repetition can be happening in a positive way, or in this case, in another vice versa too. Right? So, because it was playing in her mind like an affirmation. That's why we say, what is happening, the thought patterns, what is going on in your mind? Even be aware about that. And meditation provides this greatly. That awareness comes to you through this regular and consistent practice of meditation. So after that, she went to many career, and she chose many, one or two careers she chose, but she never had that satisfaction, this girl, after she grew up. She was not, that contentment was not there. And then, I'm not very clear how, but then she came across this talent, the gift what she has, that her voice is beautiful and she can sing very well. And then when she started doing that, she was at peace. She felt that contentment. But it took so many years because of those words spoken. Now, we are not saying who is wrong, who is not. No one is wrong. No, nothing is bad. Everything is a learning. Okay, even this girl, maybe she had to go through this experience. But with this wisdom, we should be aware, be impeccable with your word. We are aware why this story is being spoken about here is the real story. What happened actually is to get into the awareness. Through meditation, we have the awareness, and through this knowledge, it works greatly. Yes, the implementation, the application process becomes easy for us. Okay, so the 3 filters, you have to always remember this. A 3G says, right? He says about 3 fields: field of thought, field of speech, and field of actions, deeds. So this is the field of speech. word. And the three filters, what are the three filters? Truthful, useful, or positive? Is your words, is your speech, yes, going through these filters? Is it truthful or peaceful, useful or positive? So you have this awareness, and it is not just when we are talking to someone else, even the inner chatter, what is going on in our mind, go through that, what is happening. So once, maybe 2 years before, Chandra sir said, even if you are, what is going on in your mind, yes, and you're not, it is also like a gossip, right? It's not just we need few people to sit around and gossip. So gossip can happen within yourself also. So you need to, when something is going on and when you are not able to come out of that thinking, come out of that thought, because it doesn't serve you, because it's unscientific, unwanted, like in the video sir explained, then take help. Go talk to someone. That's why we have groups like this. That's why you have your facilitators. And go and talk to them, right? And when you read a book, somewhere you can relate and you will find out a solution. Or in the meditation, you get a solution. Or when you're listening to someone's experience, you get a solution. Or sometimes when you are sharing your own experience, when you are talking, then you get the solution also, right? So scientifically, words affect the steady say, it affects the subconscious mind, which operates, by now we know, 95% of our life, right? Dr. Bruce Lipton, he says the beliefs formed through repeated words and thoughts. The beliefs are how it is formed because of what we are hearing first, right? The senses, what we are observing. The repeated words and thought affect the gene expression itself, the biology of belief book, right? So words also affect the mirror neurons in others. That's what the studies say, right? A gossip or criticism, it wires our brain to expect only negativity. Whereas in this otherwise, very miraculous, impeccable words, impeccable, when you're hearing those kind of speech, of course it wires our brain to expect only positivity. So negative self-talk also, what it activates the stress response, cortisol, and also some kind of emotional pain centers also. But a positive self-talk, a positive language, what it changes, the neural pathway itself, your emotional state, you go into the higher vibration, your confidence level, the clarity, what you get, right? So friends, some practical, this check what you can do is, when you are speaking to others also, is this the way I would like to speak to myself? Understand that. And of course, the three filters, very, very helpful: truthful, useful, and positive. Okay. So be impeccable with your words when you are speaking to others also, and when you are speaking to yourself also. The inner voice too. Yes. And that awareness comes in plenty through our regular practice of meditation. Now, the second agreement. Yes, I think someone has already posted. Don't take anything personally. Right? Awesome it is. You are at peace when you follow this agreement. Don't take anything personally. I was not like this before coming into this practice at all. Everything what they say, it is all meant for me. Everything is meant for me. Right? So, but once I understood, of course, through meditation itself, you stop that. There is something, I feel like as if I have some screen in front of me. It filters what has to come and what I have to take. Only that reaches me, and other things are filtered there itself. So nothing others do is because of you. Remember this. People speak and act because of their own programming. Even our parents also, they have their own programming, right? Because of their own perceptions, because of their own life experiences, what they have undergone, because of that. So taking things personally, what is happening? It is just, very honestly, I would say that it's like drinking poison, expecting them to hurt. You are expecting, right? Be free by staying detached. This is where we have to implement this detachment. So the ruse also says what people say is about their conditioning, the author says, their pain, their perception, not about your worth. It is not at all about that. So once, for example, someone ignores your message, then the mind will immediately starts, right? Oh, I think they hate me. What happened? What did I do wrong? I met them, it was all proper. What all thoughts are going on? Is it necessary? Again, you're going back to the past, or to the future worries. What will happen next? Now that person will never talk to me. Yes, I did something wrong. So much of overwhelming. Even the science says our emotional brain, that is the amygdala center, it gets activated when we feel rejected or judged. Again, here also, it's just our perception, right? How can someone else, and we blame it on someone or from the higher intelligence itself, how can someone make you feel insulted or rejected? It is all our perception. You sit, be an observer and observe your thoughts. Then you'll get the answers. So when we pause and observe, our prefrontal cortex, that's what the studies say, it kicks in, letting us choose how to respond. That's why meditation, we say that prefrontal cortex is strengthened, the amygdala shrinks. So here is the science. That's why when we pause and observe, this prefrontal cortex kicks in. That's why many participants, they say that I am responding now, I don't react now. So again, this master's Michael Singer, he says the inner voice never stops because we keep feeding it energy. When someone says something painful, that is a perception. When I say something painful, that is your perception that it is painful, right? It hits a store wound inside you, your past experience, the past memory, right? The hippocampus, the files are there in the hippocampus, and from that this file will come up. Okay, this was your experience last time. That is why that stored wound inside you. So the suffering is not the event or the experience itself. The suffering is the stored pain reacting to that. So if someone calls you anything they want, like, and you fully know yourself, you have that self-respect, that validation is there inside you, then that insult, what we think, the perception which says as an insult, it passes through you like a wind. Try this and see, experiment it yourself. So when you face such kind of a situation next time, remember this agreement. Don't take things personally. That is their programming. It is because of their programming this is coming out. So what's this really about? This is not about me. It's about their state. Have that knowledge. Implement that. Yes. So now let's move on to our third agreement. What is the third agreement? If anyone can, yes, don't make assumptions. Great. And I feel the second and third agreement, it's all interconnected, all the agreements. So when you don't make assumptions, then you don't take also anything personally, right? Then the mind, or when you don't take anything personally, then you don't make assumptions also. So this mind of ours, it loves to complete stories. So in the absence of truth, right, when there is that ignorance, so it imagines and it suffers. The suffering is what? For our nervous system, that is a subconscious, and it's a way it is trying to protect. It's trying to protect us through our belief systems, through what is there in the subconscious, the beliefs what it had. So when you ask and clarify, you live in reality. Assumptions pull you into illusion, friends. So awareness only will bring you home to reality. So the author says, humans, they create entire emotional dramas from assumptions. Okay, a friend, for example, didn't smile at you immediately. I think they are angry. I think they dislike me. Yes, something is wrong. How much is it necessary? Are you at the present moment? Are you enjoying that moment? Yes. Or you have not been invited for a meeting. Okay, what is happening? Didn't do this? Did submit this? Instead, enjoy that time, right? You have all the time, like what Chandra sir says. You can read books. You can spend your time with something else to gain that knowledge. Or do something you can write. Is we are all waiting to have the uh, a time today, for that time to work on ourselves, right? So that is all about the third agreement. Don't make assumptions. The default mode network of the brain, the DMN, right? What they say, that loves storytelling. It fills in gaps, often with what? Fear-based patterns. So assumptions are mental shortcuts, friends. So often based on the belief system, the limiting beliefs or the past trauma. So that's what the science says. The brain hates uncertainty. So it fills the gaps automatically, what usually with fear. That's what the studies say. So always have this mantra that let me ask, not assume. Let me ask. If something is there, okay, call up and ask. Or if the person is there, go and ask, not assume, right? Clarifying questions in daily conversation. This is all very helpful. Can I verify this first? Say that. So now let's go to the fourth agreement. What is the fourth agreement? Yes, always do the best. Awesome. So always do your best. So you doing your best does not mean perfection. Let me clarify that, right? It's not like doing your best means perfection. Does not mean that. It means your full presence with the passion, what you're doing, even if it is no task is small or big, every task with your full presence, how much you're enjoying the process and doing your best there. Of course, when you enjoy and when you're doing with passion, you do your best. So your best will change with your energy. But if you act from love, you will never regret. Yes, don't you agree with me or no? When you act with love and when you act with your full presence for anything, you will never regret and you always do your best there. And how beautiful is that? You're enjoying also. So your best changes every day, the author says. So when tired, your best looks different. When inspired, your best expands, he says. Okay, so this agreement, friends, it will greatly, greatly prevent us from self-judgment, any kind of guilt, perfectionism. Perfectionism, how many of you agree to this? I was in this. Whatever Jayashree does, it has to be perfect, period. That was how I was before. Okay, and because of that, anything can trigger me greatly that time. If something goes wrong, in my team also, anyone of them has done something, okay, it's me. How can this happen? It's the ego playing there. Perfection comes from the ego trying to protect the identity. Don't you agree? Right? We are so me, I, mine, so trapped in that. That's why perfectionism. True freedom is acting fully without psychological burden. Okay? So, yes, consistent affect presence. That is what is equal to rewiring the neuroplasticity of the brain itself. Consistent effort plus the presence. Okay, your effort has to be consistent plus the presence. That is the rewiring the neuroplasticity of the brain. During your best reduces the inner conflict, the guilt, and the mental noise. That's why it leads to the coherence between the heart and the mind too. That's what the neuroscience says. Okay, have this intention. Today, I give my best from the energy I have. Okay, so did I show up fully? Not was I perfect. Did I show up fully? That is what matters more than perfection. So do your best with awareness. Creates inner coherence, friends. Okay. So yes, with that, let's get into our meditation practice. And before that, so again, for those who are new to this concept, so the first agreement, be impeccable with your words. The second, don't take things personally. Don't make assumptions and always do your best. Okay. And I am right now implementing this greatly in the program itself. Don't take things personally. It's their own programming, which is coming to us, and don't make assumptions also. Okay. Yes. So with that, friends, let's get into our meditation. If you're wearing specs or glasses, kindly remove them. Keep it aside. And we'll do a few minutes of heart elevation process. And then we will get into our Anapanasati meditation, breath mindfulness meditation. If you're sitting down, Sukhasana, or if you're sitting on a chair or a sofa, cross your feet at the ankle level, fingers clasped, hands on your lap, and take a comfortable posture. No forceful inhalation, no forceful exhalation. Just come back and observe your breath when the thoughts arrive. Yes, let's start.
Dear friends, dear masters, with your glasses removed, eyes closed, with your hands on your chest area, resting your attention on your sacred heart. Can you feel the beautiful heart? Feel this heart center with a slow, relaxing breath. Connect with it. Feel it, dear friends, your heart center that breathes life into you with its emotions of love, compassion, gratitude, kindness, and care. Notice it, appreciate it. Love it into your life, dear friends. Bring up an experience of the higher emotion from your past or from the vision of your future, where you experience enormous love, deep joy, kindness, and gratitude. Experience that even deeply and fill up yourself with that energy, that vibrations of love, of joy. Feel it, dear friends. All the emotions are energy. The more you are with love, gratitude, or any of the higher vibration, the more coherent you become, body and mind, in your heart and brain. Feel, relive that moment of energy. And experience that interconnectedness of all things, love, compassion, are all the ways to connect with one another, to become coherent. Make an intention to spread this energy to everything and everyone on this planet, or to those who you feel need the most. With your intention, you spread that energy and help them heal and help them elevate to a greater understanding. merging to that energy, vibration. As you experience that moment, feel it. And slowly, let's go into breath meditation. With your fingers into fingers, hands rested comfortably in your lap. With your feet crossed at ankle, eyes closed. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath with your attention at the middle of your eyebrows, at the root of your nose.
when you observe your breath, the mind becomes empty. As your mind is becoming empty, allow yourself experience that emptiness. That greater field of consciousness, that power within you. As you rest the mind of thought, we allow our body to function at its natural best. We develop greater mindfulness to be in the moment. Merge into it. Go deeper and deeper into yourself, dear friends. Merge into the emptiness, your divine self, that greater intelligence. The more you dissolve yourself away from your body, the more one you become, the more whole you become. Friends, it's truly an honor and privilege to be exploring consciousness at this time of history. Express gratitude for this opportunity. Gratitude to all things and everyone, to your parents, teachers, mentors, all the people in your life. This nature, the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, and a gratitude to all our creation, the technology, the system, the company, the governments. Gratitude to yourself and to this intelligent field, the universe. Gratitude is the highest state of receivership. Relax your body and let your autonomous nervous system repair your body as you relax. Recollect your experiences from the session. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then open your eyes.
Okay, friends. Hope you all had a wonderful meditation session. Please type in chat, how was your meditation experience? And yes, Vidya, any announcement for today?
So, friends, thank you for the wonderful meditation. My meditation was great. So today's announcements. we have a coach program which recently started, and we have another batch coming up in July. So, certified scientific meditation coach programs. It is a great chance to empower ourselves and then take the gift to many other people through going through the deep learning of spiritual science concepts and, of course, daily practice. It is a weekly session. So I will drop a link in the chat window. So anyone interested, you can go to the website and check out the coach program.
Yes, friends. And when is it starting? The date? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Vidya will post the message in the chat. Otherwise, it's buddhaco.org/coach. You can go and check there. It's a wonderful opportunity, friends. So each and everyone here can become a coach. So that's what Patriji said, right? If you know ABC, go and start teaching ABC instead of waiting to learn till A to Z. So and little bit of course that scientific knowledge and the understanding the concepts. When you enroll in a program like that, even you would like to explore more, right? So that's what it is. And you will be with the other fellow participants, your fellow colleagues, so your interaction with them, and you can just bring more insights towards this journey itself. So yes, thank you, friends. So please experiment all these agreements by yourself and explore how it is, what is the learning, what is the takeaway, and how you're able to reflect on these agreements. I think the link has been given, sir. Okay. Santoshi has posted. Okay. So yes, just to end to this topic, word, from word a thought comes, from the thought emotion, from emotion action, word, thought, emotion, action, and that repetition is the subconscious belief that is brings the new identity, right? So yes, these 4 agreements will help greatly to turn the knowledge what we have into wisdom. So with that, heartfelt gratitude to you all who are pressed for time can just for 20 seconds we'll wrap up the session, and then we will be here for a few more minutes to hear about your experience also related to the 4 agreements, how you have implemented these in your life, or if you have any queries, so we will answer.
You're my life, you're my breath, you're a smile, you're my guest. You're the earth, you're the sun, you're the grass, you are love. You're my hands, you're a bug, you're my eyes, you're a hug. You're the light in the dark, you're the spark, you are fun. You're my mom, you are water, you're the stars, you're my daughter. You're my friend till the end, you're my dreams, you're my father. You're the ants on the ground, the miracles that surround. I'm feeling it all around, the hemisphere in the clouds. You're my pain, you're my sorrow, you're my hope for tomorrow. You're the strength when I'm hollow, you're the path that I follow.
Nice music, Sagar. Thank you so much. Yes, Veera, sir.
Jayesh ma'am,
Yes,
you.
Veera, sir.
Yes. Thank you very much for the beautiful concept. Impeccable with your words and don't make assumptions. I have a query, ma'am. In the work environment, uh, we have to make a lot of assumptions, or we have to judge a lot of things. Let's say basically based on the stakeholders' engagement. Uh, with each interactions, we need to analyze and we need to connect the dots and understand basically what's going on. Based on that, we take actions. And if I don't take that, let's say basically if I don't take that, that will be a problem professionally, because it is very important in a job culture. That is one of the key knowledge we develop through the career. Uh, how does that relate to this? Let's say basically, is these concepts saying basically don't judge those things or don't connect those things, then we lose some kind of connectivity in the that is like I think this is one of the important skill. I understand outside world like we don't need to take personally to our heart. I wanted to understand the thin line of difference. I do agree we don't need to take personally. We don't need to carry that to home or to lives, but still we should have carry that skill right to go to
Yeah.
go in
Yes,
our portfolio. Yeah, if you want to, if you
yes,
can
sir.
give more light on that, it will be helpful.
Yes, Veera, sir. And thank you so much. I'm sure this is a question in many people's mind, especially in a professional environment, how to implement this. We use our analytical mind where it is required first. Like for example, if that you're making assumption based on the work, the what agreement you have to make with the client, or this is just an example, not very sure what line of work you're in. So based on that and the work related, then you make, right? But some things, and where the analytical mind is not required. Okay, when you feel, from your heart center, that intuition comes, okay, this I need to clarify why I have to make an assumption here. Let me clarify that thing from them, right? Okay, then you go ahead and clarify that. Where it is not required, here what we are saying is, okay, we don't know this, okay, this project has come to us, for example, and okay, we are making these checklists, checkpoints, and the documents related to that. Okay, then there, okay, you use your analytical mind and make. Okay, you don't know that whether this person is going to take up this. Is this going to happen? Is this project is going to be approved by that person? Then we are more worried about the future, that is result oriented, right? And we are not enjoying the process itself. There you have to stop making that assumption and start enjoying the process and bring that fourth agreement there. Do your best. Yes, and then go into it. And so there is a thin line of difference, I agree, where you have to make, you make use of the analytical mind in your workplace. But instead of making assumption based, why assumptions are coming? Because our analytical mind is in play there. Where it is not needed, that situation, for that situation, that is not needed at all. You can easily clarify from them. You can call and clarify from them. Then you go ahead and do that. Or you meet them and, okay, these are the points. Can you clarify these for me? Then your job becomes easy, or it becomes tough? Yes, Veera sir. Or, yeah, so yes, and that's why I'm saying all this knowledge, through your regular practice of meditation itself, you'll get there. You will start applying this beautifully in your day, and you will know the difference. Okay, where to do this, what to do, right? Otherwise, yes, where if a student is studying also, the analytical mind is needed there, then you have to use your analytical mind there,
Okay.
right? So that is the difference. And through the regular practice itself, you will come to know and now become more aware. When you're facing that situation, already that awareness is plenty new. It's just that now you pause you just contemplate, okay, is this okay? I have to use my entire, or here I can easily stop assuming things and I can go and talk to that person, talk to the client,
Yeah.
right? Then you will start, you'll get your answers from within and listen to the first thing what comes out. Okay, even though you have to come out of your comfort zone to do things. Mostly we don't come forward and take that action, though we know this is what we have to do because we have to come out of the comfort zone. So once we start coming out of the comfort zone, you'll see how things beautifully turns out, and you will learn the lessons are immense there.
Sorry, like what do you mean by coming out of comfort zone, ma'am? Could you please?
So sometimes, for example, I'm not an extrovert. I like to be within myself. I'm an introvert person. Okay. So being an introvert is amazing. You look inward most of the time, actually. So, but so now, if they are telling me, maybe for example, in the work what I'm doing, I have to call so many people and talk to them about this program. That is coming out of the comfort zone for me.
Correct.
Because I have that comfort zone. I don't like to, be on calls a lot or all that. Okay, that of course don't like word. Everything is our perception. So that's why I said be an observer that time. Be an observer and observe your thoughts.
Understand. Okay.
Yes. Then you'll get your answers.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Veera sir. I think I met you in PVI and also in coach program. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Yes, Chandra ma'am, how you have implemented, I know you, great master here with us.
So nice to see you here, Shri Madam. Your wisdom was really touching all my inner core today, because I was reading some of the 21st wisdom thought from wisdom points, note from Chandra says this evening. The whole time I was speaking some similar thoughts for my speech, which is coming end of the month. So whatever you are saying, the more we are going deeper into this meditation, which goes into the core of deeper and deeper, when it goes, we don't know how the things are going to be changing or transforming ourselves. We don't know. We don't even think about the 4 agreements. They are all now going as nice pointers to go along with our meditation. We have to now keep consciously thinking of them now. But once that meditation takes over us, that point takes over our wisdom, our consciousness, everything, it's going to come out like, it is going to use us as an instrument. That's what Chandra was telling in that, as an instrument to naturally flow to everywhere, wherever we are going. In the corporate sector, we can go, and I am thinking of my work days. When I have to go and meet my director, I have to go through the supervisor, then go through the manager, go through the director. I said, no way. I got this kind of strength in me. I said, I'm going straight to my director. Because you are not going to do anybody, this is not, we are not going across the rules, but our mind says, this is the right action. It is not your assumption that I am great, I want to see. It's not that you want attention from them or something needs to be clarified. It's not happening through the manager, through the next person, the VP or something. I want to go to the director straight away. Sometimes this action takes place when you have that strength which is formed by the regular meditation. I feel almost it is giving me that strength wherever you go. And also the assumption is one of the self-assumptions. He is touching all the good points. The self-assumption is really, really a very, I should say, that's based on, as Jayashree Madam was telling, conditioned habits from childhood. This assumption is also formed. They are all very much interrelated, we don't know. We think we are right, so we want to do, expect you to do the same thing. No, it's not. It's not that way. That's where the past thing comes. Or just we can even ask, can I clarify? Instead of asking you are wrong, I don't approve of this is wrong, we can ask them, I want to clarify. Can I please verify this? I didn't understand. Those things I really, Jayashree Madam, learned from after coming to the meditation. This is not that I deliberately follow, but it is the way it makes my speech impeccable. I am so impressed by the impeccable speech. Because if I hear some of my speech from the 4 years ago, when I heard it, there was some kind of self-assertive statements, and some of them are coming from my own image that I know. And the third one is that I want to give you this. I is nothing there. That I cannot be used that way. We are all small eyes. The very big eyes is the one we are getting through the meditation. It's like he said, Chandra sir was telling in that, Wisdom Note 21, it's like flower. When the flower blossoms, it doesn't ask, or it doesn't want to guide. It doesn't say that we have to give the fragrance there, fragrance here. No. It is going to spontaneously, as long as the flower is blossomed, the fragrance is going everywhere. That is the way, and whenever the time the flower is withering away, it closes and it goes. It doesn't, it's automatic action response happening. I think this is the best thing I found out from this meditation. It is everything, these are all good foundational structure for us. The 4 agreements, all these, and also the sutras of meditation and all those. But once we go deeper and deeper into that thing, that is really makes us come
Thank
out
you.
of it. That's
Thanks a lot, Chandra ma'am. Thank you so much. Awesome. You always inspire and motivate us when you talk. Yes. Yes, there is a question from Sanjay ji. By this meditation, is it that we are blocking the 5 senses as well as emotions by observing your breath and being in the state of no body and no mind? Yes, no body, no mind, yes. The senses, yes. First we are closing our eyes, that is one sense automatically. And the other senses also by coming back and observing the breath, right? So that is where we are getting, yes, you're right, no body, no mind. But sometimes the emotions will rise up. And that is rising up, it comes to the surface. Either it can be a release what is happening, a healing process, and a release what is happening, and you go through that. Whatever is happening in during the meditation, it's all safe and perfect for you. Okay, so when it is happening, just release it, just go through it, and don't suppress it. Okay, so sometimes because that is the process we all go through, it has to let go, we say, right? Let go. How do we let go? Release. This is one of the steps. Through meditation also we can let go of anything. Yes, and with that question also, I'll take another question. I can answer these two together. From Sindhu Charanji. Yes, Sindhu Charanji. If you work with someone closely full of limiting beliefs, thoughts, and ideas, first, how do you know that person has full of limiting beliefs, thoughts, and ideas? That is again the perception. Okay, yeah, so we don't make any assumptions. Of course, okay, fine, if they are very close to you, and that's again, don't get into any assumptions there. Also saying that the other person has, here why we are talking about all this is to know about our limiting beliefs, our thoughts, what are the thought patterns we are running, the inner program inside us. Okay, and then this is a perception because that person's decision does not impact me, does impact me. Okay, this is a perception because that person's decision does impact me and everyone around me. Yes, it is a perception. You are on dot. You got your answers. Yes, it is a perception. And it's good to go and talk to the person if you feel okay. I think this, you mentioned it as a workplace where that is impacting me and everyone around me. So again, instead of taking that and running up that stories in our mind, what is the solution for that? Think about the solution. How can I handle this? Now let me go to talk to the person. First step, A. B, what else I can do? Okay, maybe I can talk to the group and we can go together and we can lay down our points and then see what comes up. Right? So think about the solution instead of running some program or story in your mind. Even in this book lately, what I'm reading, they have mentioned, this master has mentioned. So when a thorn is stuck, right? A thorn is stuck, then you are just, okay, finding ways, not exactly the solution, to avoid it. Like, okay, if I sit here, if I sit next to this person, the thorn will hurt him. So let me avoid that. Okay, instead of, okay, if I handle this, this will cause more pain to me. So let me avoid that. But instead of taking out the thorn, you are working around with other solutions to avoid it or to surpass that experience itself, right? Instead of taking out the thorn, which can be little painful, but you are letting go of the thorn itself. You are letting go of it itself. So how beautiful in this. Then you will not attract any kind of other experience. So if you want to keep the thorn, instead of going through that pain, if you want to keep the thorn and think of other ways to move around, to avoid it, then you are attracting similar kind of experiences in your life. So instead of that, go through and let go, release that. Okay. So yes. Any other questions? Yes, Jagdish sir. Yes, purpose as a surrender to higher power. Should we limit meditation to only our practical lives? No, sir. I mean, the physical plane I think you are mentioning about that. So that's why meditation, it takes us more and more. Of course, we have our advanced programs. We talk where more about the other concepts, little deeper concepts too. So here we will keep this to this level, and of course you are free to attend. I think we have our Amrit program coming up soon, and then we have our advanced meditation retreat. But definitely we don't limit ourselves to the practical, to this life daily application alone. We go beyond that. We experience our true self in that meditation, and that is grander, right? So yes, an expansive mindset, what it is, we get into that. So it's more than all this. Yes, and for this program, yes, we go, this much is done, and then we, in our advanced intense programs, we talk about other concepts too. So yes, and I'm looking forward to meet you in Amrit's, Jagdish sir, and somewhere when possible we'll meet in advanced meditation retreat. And now we have our intensive meditation retreat also, where we practice silence and long hours of meditation too. Okay, friends, so thank you everyone. Thank you to our team here, Santosh sir, Sagar, Vidya and Chandra ma'am. Thank you so much. Heartfelt gratitude to each one of you. So see you all in next session. Thank you.
Thank you, Jayashina. And thank you to everybody who attended. Thank you to the entire team for facilitating today's session so beautifully. Just a quick reminder, the book Jayashi ma'am was mentioning or talking about, discussing today, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. It is included in the book list that was shared with you earlier in previous sessions, so you can refer to it. And today's announcement, coach details have also been shared in the link. The sessions start from 10th May. Thank you once again for a beautiful, beautiful session overall. I think we're all coming for knowledge sharing. But for me, being together in this group, we've been doing group meditations. That energy difference, I see it very clearly when we're doing group meditations coming together live, right? So that is why I'm just really happy to be here and for this opportunity. Let us conclude the session, Sarvesh.
Thank you, Vidya. By the way, there is a fifth agreement book. I'm yet to read that. Then we'll talk about that fifth agreement. So, thank you, friends. Thank you all. Sagar,
You're my life, you're my breath, you're a smile, you're my guest. You're the earth, you're the sun, you're the grass, you are love. You're my hands, you're a bug, you're my eyes, you're a hug. You're the light in the dark, you're the spark, you are fun. You're my mom, you are water, you're the stars, you're my daughter. You're my friend till the end, you're my dreams, you're my father. You're the ants on the ground, the miracles that surround. I'm feeling it all around, the hemisphere in the clouds. You're my pain, you're my sorrow, you're my hope for tomorrow. You're the strength when I'm hollow, you're the path that I follow. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss. The gift to realize that everything
all
is
that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all, for it all. Grateful for it
You're the
all.
blessings every time I try to count. You're the lessons that I learn every time I turn around. You're the water when I'm burned every time I think I found everything I'm looking for. You're the sign saying stop to take a bow and keep moving forward and start looking towards your heart. It'll open all the doors and only then you'll start to hear the world singing chorus with your mind and heart. Aligned in purpose, everything
All
will feel
that I
gorgeous.
am,
Thank
all
you.
that